I'm going to show you how to cook fake blue crystal meth. I'll show you what you should do along the way, and what you probably shouldn't do. I'll clear up some misconceptions that I had, and some things that probably other people have, and then you'll learn the difference between this and this. For my first batch of the fake meth, I followed a very unspecific formula that ended up giving me watered down meth that wouldn't harden. I filled up a cup I used 1 cup of water, and I put that in my batch. That is too much. That is what created the majority of the problems. Then I filled up about 2 cups of sugar. I put that into the formula. I stirred it around for a significant amount of time while keeping the oven on a fairly medium tone. And then at this point, I turned it up to 8, which would be somewhere near a boiling point high. Got it boiling. As you can see, it is not thick in the slightest. It is nothing like what it's intended to be. So at this point, I turn off the oven. I add the peppermint extract, which that is what I wanted my rock candy meth to taste like, as you can see here. And then I added gel blue food coloring. Gel is my own personal preference versus non-gel because it's thicker. It's just what I've tried. Stir that into the batch, mix it around. This is gonna look so cool. Yeah, I'm completely retarded. I pour it down, and it literally looks like cartoon water. It's so blue, and it is so runny. It's ridiculous. As you can see, this is very wrong, and this pan was terrible and unbalanced, and it was collecting in a corner. It was very bad. I then put it in the refrigerator, or the freezer, hoping to speed up the process. Instead, it started forming ice crystals. Those crystals began to melt away, and I realized that nothing I could do would be able to help it. Really, after leaving it in the freezer longer, it turned into basically ice cream. It was Heizenburg ice cream, and there was nothing I could do about it. It was a ruined batch. There you got it. Heizencream. Now, I definitely need to give some major credit to AKTV for coming up with this original formula that I borrowed. The purpose of this video is merely to clarify some of the problems I encountered that were there in many videos. This was not the video that I based my first failed batch on. First, you want to take some tinfoil and spread it out on a pan. Then you want to put your oven on medium for the duration of this. Now, this was the hardest part for me. I could not understand that you were supposed to do a cold water test to see if your batch was done boiling. What you do is, at certain points, you take pieces of the batch out and you drip it into the cold water. And when it hardens, that's when you know you're done boiling. Alright, now you need 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of water, and 3/4 a cup of corn syrup. You put it all together in a nonstick pan, and then you stir it together on medium. You now turn the stove up to an adequate temperature where it's boiling, and bubbles are appearing. You then take some of the formula and drip it into cold water. If it is in any way sticky or runny, this means that the batch is not done. Continue to let it boil and occasionally stir it. Then, when you put it in, it should be stretchy, but not quite wet. If you put it in, and it's crunchy and hard, that means that your batch is cooked to the fullest. Now take some flavor extract, I prefer peppermint, and blue food coloring, and mix it into the batch to the desired effect. Now, slowly and carefully, Pour the very hot mixture onto an aluminum foil covered pan. Allow the mixture to harden for somewhere around a half hour for the full effect. You can now tell based on the sound that fork is making that the batch is finally done, and you can hit it with a hammer, a candy hammer, really anything of your choosing, break up the crystals, and divide them amongst yourselves, and do what you please. And there you have it, a final product looking eerily similar to the crystal blue meth made in Breaking Bad by Heizenburg.